Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this awesome 2020 Ford Explorer Limited 4-wheel drive that we have for sale. 2020 is a great year for the Explorer because it got a very substantial redesign. The interior and exterior is restyled. Brand new platform. It actually switched from a front-wheel drive based platform to a rear-wheel drive based platform. Pretty big deal, at least to me it was pretty big news when I heard about that. It is four-wheel drive, but I'll explain to you what the difference is between a front-wheel drive and a rear-wheel drive platform and the significance for the Explorer. So much to talk about. I love the Explorer. These are great products. My dad was in the car business and he actually worked at Ford in the early 90s when the Explorer first came out. And it was a big hit. In fact, the Explorer was one of the vehicles to really start this huge SUV craze that continues to this day. But unlike the olden days where sport utility vehicles like the Explorer were built on truck-based body and frame architecture, like the old Explorer was based off the Ranger pickup truck platform. Today things are a lot different because people really love crossover SUVs. I mean, you look around, all we see are crossover SUVs out there. That's what people want to buy these days. But the thing with truck-based architecture, for most people, that doesn't lend to efficiency. And obviously, with increasing gas prices and people driving these things using, trucks more like cars versus trucks as trucks, a lot of SUVs have switched over to crossovers, including the Explorer. So, when I think it was 2017 or 16. I'm not going to guess. I'll throw it up on the screen, but Ford departed from their body and frame architecture and they switched to a crossover design. So instead of being built on rugged body and frame architecture, they started building the Explorer using car-based unibody architecture, making it lighter, more fuel efficient, giving it more car-like agility and handling, which has been great. But when they did that, they went to a front-wheel drive platform. The thing with front-wheel drives is that it's good for efficiency and space and packaging, but it's not great for balance, performance, and handling. The thing with front-wheel drive vehicles is if you step on the gas, and some of these Explorers can have a good amount of power, when you're putting all that power to the front wheels, it's almost like the front wheels are doing too much. They're steering, they have the weight of the engine, they're handling the majority of the braking, so you can get torque steer, so the front wheels are trying to fight you as you're under hard acceleration. Things like that, and then just weight distribution. The cars can get really nose heavy when they're front wheel drive, having the engine and transmission up front. So for 2020, Ford switched to a rear-wheel drive platform. There's a reason why most sports cars and race cars are rear-wheel drive, because they're balanced and they offer better performance. So it has a rear-wheel drive platform again. So there's a drive shaft going through the middle, and the rear wheels provide the majority of the acceleration. You can get it with four-wheel drive just like this one, and then the way it works is it will be rear-wheel drive, and then it will send power to the front wheels as needed. We also have a drive mode selector too, so if you do go off-road, you have a terrain management system for different types of driving situations. And it's not just a terrain management system, it's also just a driving management system. So you have Eco mode, which will calibrate the engine and transmission and throttle sensitivity for more economical driving. There's normal, slippery, then there's trail, which is the off-road mode, deep snow and sand, and that looks like that's all the, there's tow haul, sport mode, and then there's Eco mode. So that pretty much covers all the driving selections. With Unlimited, you have lots of standard equipment, beautiful leather interior, great sounding B&O audio system, wood trim. We have a big panoramic roof that allows lots of light into the interior. Then we have a power sunshade to dim things down if it gets too bright out. And of course, this also opens as well. 10-speed automatic transmission to maximize performance efficiency, and this features some new engine technology, a 2.3-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine. And you might think that's quite a small engine for a large vehicle like this, but being turbocharged, it actually produces 300 horsepower, so this thing's got plenty of power. In fact, it makes more horsepower than the V8s they used to put in the old Explorers. And it's also very fuel efficient with that 10-speed automatic transmission and that small 2.3-liter turbo four-cylinder engine. We have an EP rating of 20 city, 27 highway, average around 23. In fact, when I was reading a Car and Driver review of the Explorer, they actually got one to average 28 in the highway, so it actually did a little bit better than its EPA rating. The Limited Explorer has lots of stated equipment. Few optional things on this one. We have a second row split bench seat and a twin panel moonroof. That was a $1,700 option. And this looks like it has the Class 3 trailer tow package. So I think when properly equipped, it's not a heavy duty tow rig, but it can tow right around 4,000 or 5,000 pounds with not much issue. All right, so the Limited also has a navigation system. We have a parking camera as well as an overhead camera. The overhead camera is really nice because obviously with the headrests and visibility, it can be tough in these crossover SUVs. So having that blind spot, having that 360 camera is really nice. A nice leather up steering wheel paddle shifter so you can take control of those 10 forward gears. We have a steering assist, so that will help you keep your centered in your lane on the highway. That works nicely with the adaptive cruise control, blind spot warning, nice analog gauges to the left and right, and then you have this really cool LCD screen in the middle, pulling up important information and things like that, things of that nature. Really nice looking vehicle, really cool front end styling. And I guess another cool thing about the Explorer is that the Explorers tend to be a pretty popular choice with law enforcement. So if you're the type of person that likes to barrel down the road, you know, at 90 miles an hour in the left-hand lane, and then someone sees this big Ford grill in their rearview mirror, they might think you're a cop and move out of your way. So even me, you know, I'm always looking out. I don't like to get tickets. I'm not a crazy driver, but I'm always have my eye out for cops. And before I used to keep my eye out for Crown Victorias, but now if I see some of those Explorer grills coming up behind me on the highway, I tend to move over a little bit just in case and slow down till I can make sure that it's not a traffic officer. We have integrated sunshades, lots of space here, and the second row is a second row seats. They slide back and forth. They recline, very comfortable. That big panoramic roof also benefits the second row passengers. We have power outlets back here. You have a regular like wall outlet, then USB and USB-C. Outbound heated seats. Rear climate control. This thing's got really low miles, only about 11,000 miles. So as you can imagine, this thing's in pretty near new condition. There's a tow hitch. Lots of space back here. You have cargo mats, cargo area protector. Then we have the power folding third row seats, making your life a lot easier instead of having to manually put them up and down. Thank you for that, Ford. Dual exhaust, nice alloy wheels, really a handsome looking vehicle, and I can tell you, I already noticed a big difference driving this Explorer with that rear-wheel drive platform. It just feels a little bit more planted. It feels better. It just feels more balanced to me. I just like the handling and feeling of it a little bit more than the front-wheel drive platform Explorers I've driven before. And then this 2.3 liter four-cylinder engine, this has got plenty of power, and that 10-speed automatic transmission just helps it even more. The transmission's just not searching for gears. It's just going into the exact gear needed. It's not hunting around. Very easy, economical vehicle to drive, and you know, economical is relatively, it is a rather large vehicle, but obviously, you know, if you have a growing family like me with two little kids, sometimes you're kind of limited in the size. And for a lot of people with a growing family, this is probably really the smallest vehicle that's practical for a lot of growing families. So if you're looking for a mid-size third row crossover, this Explorer Limited is definitely worth a look. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.